Right, GCSE question of the week, week 2. What we got to do? David's going to buy a cooker. The cooker has a price of £320. David pays a deposit of 15% of the price of the cooker. So this word deposit means an amount that David pays up front, not the whole price. A bit like if you go on a trip, you might pay a deposit, part of the money to secure your place on the trip. Okay, so he's going to pay 15% of the 320. How much money does he pay as a deposit? So we know that £320 is the whole amount. That's 100%. And we want to find 15%. So most of you probably thought, well, let's find 10% first. So how do we find 10%? Well, we need to divide by 10. Fascinating. So we'll divide by 10. If we divide 320 by 10, we're going to get £32. So that will tell me what 10% is. If we know what 10% is, then we could find 5%. And to find 5%, we'll halve the 32. So we can halve 32 and get 16. And if you're struggling with that step, we could halve the 30, that will give us 15, halve the 2, that will give us 1. 15 and 1 makes 16. So we now know 10%, we know 5%, so our 15% that we're looking for is made up of those two added together. So we want to do the £32 plus the £16 and make that £48. Okay, so that's how much money David pays as a deposit, £48. Now let's have a look at question 2. Question 2, we've got to solve some equations. So solve means find out the value of x or find out the value of y. So we'll start with 2a. We've got 2x plus 3 equals 12. And looking at the left hand side, because we've got 2x plus 3, our first step is going to be to subtract that 3. If we do that from the left hand side, we'll just get left with the 2x. Because the plus 3 and subtract 3 will just give us 0. So we've got 2x. Then on the right hand side, we need to subtract 3 as well. Will give us 9. So I've now got an equation that says 2x equals 9. So I'm thinking our next step, if we've got 2 times x or x times 2, the inverse of that, we want to divide by 2. So we divide both sides by 2. We divide 2x by 2, we just get x. Then we're going to do 9 divided by 2. Okay, that'll give us 4.5 or 4.5. So our answer to the equation, or solve the equation 2x plus 3 equals 12, is that x is equal to 4.5 or 4.5. Okay, let's just go back to this step though and write that out in full. Okay, we had 2x equals 9. And we suggested that we wanted to divide by 2. Okay, well if we write out 2x divided by 2 equals 9 divided by 2, it's really clear we divided both sides by 2. And then remember, anytime we've got this 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, any number on the top, any number on the bottom, we can cancel those out. Okay, so that gives us what we said above. X equals 9 over 2, or 4.5. Finally, let's just check we've got the right answer before we move on. So to do that, we can substitute our 4.5, which we think x is, into this equation. That'll give us 2 times 4.5, which is 9, and then 9 plus the 3, yep, that gives us 12. So definitely got the right answer, x is 4.5. Now let's try 2b. So 2b, we've got 2y divided by 5 equals 10. So this time, divided by 2y divided by 5, I think my first step will be to multiply by 5. So 2y divided by 5 multiplied by 5 is just going to give us 2y. And on the right hand side, times by 5, we're going to get 50. Next step, I think we need to divide by 2. We've got y times 2. On the left, if we divide by 2, that's just going to leave us with 1. And 50 divided by 2, that gives me 25. So I'll have a quick check again. if we substitute in what we think is the right answer for y, and check it out, we get 2 times 25, that's 50. 50 divided by 5 gives me 10. So y is 25 is our answer.